to you, and I say to the world, nappy then, nappy now, nappy for a bit, knee deep, head over heels in this country.
All my life been poor, but it really don't matter no more. And they wonder why we act this way. Nappy boys gon' be okay.
I've been here all my life.
Everybody gets to know everybody.
Down home, good old-fashioned people. It's country. I like it. Nothing better than that, man.
I just love Kentucky.
All my life been poor, no more. And they wonder why we act this way. Nappy boys gon' be okay.
Even though I picture
Let's get it. I'm in your city, about to turn them and just give me the crown, man. Say, baby, you put in work, now hold it down, man. Tell my I say no top, then get from round, man. Some chasing checks, so I be in and out of town, man. Boy, you in the ground, I'm underground.
They hating, 'cause I'm getting money every single day. I'm chasing after cash flow.
Look at you, now look at me. Look at you, now look at me.
Say ain't name in my blood. I get it out the mud, so I hate up, put my middle fingers up.
Look at you, now look at me. Look at you, now look at me. I come through, it's Daps and Hugs. You come through, they show no love. You hate on us, but we don't give a fuck. Your face tight when the song come on in the club. That chick you like, she like me. You be geeking for her, she don't excite me. You lay her down, I put her standing up. You take her out on dates, I stand up.
82850 shit. Talk. I told that nigga.
Just
Yeah, I want you to keep grinding. Put that pain in the music.
I'm just a real nigga. I can't hate niggas faking. No niggas fraud. This shit is a facade.
How are you?
All in a day and yourself.
I'm great.
Mm.
Thank you. Welcome to the show, Real Talk with TML. I am your host. We are here today with Big V of Nappy Roots.
Oh, show, for real, you are. What's up, though?
I just want to tell you how inspiring you are as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a dad, as a parent. Like, just the things that I've been learning about you over the last couple of months, I think is important, like, for people to know, for the world to know. Just how many things that you're involved in and still staying relevant in this music industry at some point. So can you tell the people what's your latest venture? We've talked about it.
Yeah, lately, I left Nappy Roots in 2012 to raise my kids. Then mom left them at my mom's and never looked back as an adult. So got everybody through school, got a couple of ball players, got school teacher, got truck driver. Next month, my baby girl goes off to college, May when they finish. She's going to Northern, so I'll be empty nester. But while I've been here, I've been really just getting my stuff together. Like, before I left Nappy Roots, we were downloaded 11 million times illegally on Napster. And was like, wow, they really know me. They really like the music, but how can I get a fair exchange? And what can I sell them of value since no one's buying the music? So I created a QR code and a QA code where you scan with your phone, you got the music. But I put the QR code on Reefer or Gummy Bears or Delta 9 or Delta 8 or just Delta period and
Right.
Gummy Bears. And so $20 from 5,000 people, you do the math on that. And I know 11 million people. So taking my time to create a record label, as well
Mhm.
as they've been working with children, not only my children, but Breathe, Light a Chance, a nonprofit organization I do to help kids that would virtually probably never get to rap. They can't do the studio time or never get to express themselves. They come from a
Mhm.
single parent home and
Mhm.
never get heard out the way they need to hear. And I was one of those people. And my
Mhm.
children being left alone were one of those people. So you reach one, teach one, and and you see somebody short and you can nudge them and perhaps
Right.
encourage them to go a little further. So I
Mhm.
that became a part of my life. So the last 11 years, I've just been raising kids. Um, I own a dispensary
Wow.
and with a studio inside. So taking the music right from the shelf and
Mhm.
creating an own marketing brand, doing that, and now into sync licensing. Now you see Nappy Roots on Walmart branding and
Mhm.
songs like Good Day and being the king of barbecue music. It's just
Right.
time to really come back with a breath of watermelon chicken and grits, a breath
Mhm.
of fresh air, new
Mhm.
something.
Mhm.
And right now, God, all night long ain't long enough. You know, when you 40 years old and you still think in your dating mind that you can go to work and still have a real good date on Friday night
Mhm.
after you eat. Is you
I
out of
know.
your mind? So this super nerd lover that still thinks he's Randy Moncho Saturday, in his mind, and we coming out with the record all night long ain't long enough. And you know how you got the hot tub ready and
I
y'all gonna
love that track. I love that track. I seen that on your page. I was gonna say to you, you give me that vibe of like the music and the beats that you pick give me that Keith Sweat, that R&B, that soul, like it rocks
Donnie
with me.
Simpson, Midnight Love, where you wanna
I
move the
love
coffee
music.
table. Come on, baby. You know, and you
Right.
know, and just have you a good afternoon. And that's what I'm doing. Then got
Mhm.
too old to get dressed and go out at 11. Hell, I get sleep at 7:15. So
Not lying.
yeah, so now it's like a daytime party. Best you get out of me about 9:15. I'm gonna eat Mexican and margaritas when the kids get on the bus. Let's have us a day
Exactly.
party. So that's
Exactly.
the kind of vibe I think you get in from V now is a 40-year-old old soul that grew up on Biggie and Tupac. And
Mhm.
anytime I done got out of the gym now, that's about my best hour, about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, to be honest. You know, maybe a daytime party. At 3 o'clock, I might
Right.
tailgate and
Mhm.
we might party before we go to the game at 11. But other than that,
You ain't in it.
yeah, you can have a night owl. That ain't really my thing. So that's what we doing, and the resurgence of Vito,
Right.
king of barbecue music, that daytime
Mhm.
feeling, that music you can play around your auntie and your grandma without doing that nasty shit. So yeah. So
But and that's the music that I remember from the cookouts, and just growing up. I grew up in a big family. My great grandparents had 10 kids, 5 boys, 5 girls, and
oh,
my grandmother, my mom's mom, is one of the 5 girls. So
mm-hmm.
it's like we come from, and they from North Carolina.
Oh,
So they and they moved to Boston. So it's like they migrated here, and they still kept that family oriented vibe, and I
yeah.
still try to give that culture to our family because it's important to have those moments and the music that inspires that, so I love that you bring that and you still have that vibe because we need that in
That's
our
what we
culture.
was. Yeah, that's what we was. We cut grass the most, for the songs that
Hmm.
we wanted to have. Squirt of cologne at the mouth, walk over to the movie, kiss to your mouth and so on, listen to New Edition, still remembering them over at their mama's house. Maybe you sleep? No, I ain't sleep. And and that's what this music represents is totally if you grew up in the 80s and you remember when the light bill got bad, you had to go to the corner talk on the payphone, call me at 8 o'clock, or whatever. This is a time of that music. If you grew up on New Edition, or your sisters and them that was older, or your brother that was older, and then the new kids on the block, and it takes two to make a thing go around.
Hey,
That's my time. Take the radio to the swimming pool.
that's right.
We were them cats.
I
So,
love it.
so that's what the whole vibe Vito Bangers bringing working class, and came home and got with some producers. And after hollering at Rico Wade, our last album, Nappy Roots, recorded with Organized Noise, and I was telling Rico about my struggles, and he was telling me things I already knew, and he was like, "Boy, you don't need to eat at my table. You need to go home and build your own." And
Right.
but this sound is yours, and why ain't you got all the money? And he was like, and then Prince would tell me the same thing. And Kanye was ready before I was, and he put me into this genius. He was opening up for us, but it was like Muddy Waters introducing the world to Chuck Berry at the time. A record deal in Kentucky was once in a lifetime,
Right.
where he had been to Chicago and already worked with Jay-Z. So he was more ready to be, she give me money, when I'm in, that's my homeboy.
Right.
He was
Right.
ready to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still working class, and they
Right.
didn't know how to market me.
Mm-hmm.
So when Jermaine Dupri come around after Poor Folks, he took Anthony Hamilton away, which he knew what to do already. Where I
Right.
was from Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
and Ludacris come out after Watermelon Chicken and Grits with Chicken and Beer.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
before you got to really love Muddy Waters, there was already 2 or 3 acts that were, more easier to move as solo artists instead of some big old group.
Mm-hmm.
So now like I said, it's Lionel Richie with his sound, and those
Right.
are the Commodores, and
Because
yeah. So
I know that you were the writer for a lot of the group in regards to the tracks and songs, and it's crazy because that album was one album that I can tell you this up north, like, because you consider Kentucky the top of the South, right?
yes,
We up north, New
right
England,
on, right on.
and
We agree with the term.
up here
Yeah,
we like I had a couple of dudes who I knew, like, and they had that album. That album was so sacred and sentimental to so many people, and just the words and the things that were being said and how it was being expressed. I don't think we ever heard that type of lyricism from the South. You know what I mean? Up north.
and
So that's just my perspective growing up in the time of when that album came out and how symbolic the pictures were. And just, I remember if you had that album, then you were on some level of knowledge
conscious.
and conscious.
It was
Exactly.
Southern conscience. But after we got out, and geographically, Nappy Roots was really no lower than Tennessee. So we're more of the Midwest.
Right.
Like where I'm from, the top dogs is Eminem, Vito Banger, well, me, Nappy, Nelly, Tech Nine, Common Sense, and then we went down south. My grandmother's from Tennessee, and
Okay.
they bump 8 Ball MJG and
Right.
curls and gold teeth, and they butter they buns on at the hamburger when Tennessee thing, man. And so it was good going up north because we toured up there a while. Cape Cod, we had a song, "Take Me Back to West VA, take me back to Charleston. It's them doggone city building. I'm riding to get far from, riding to a small town." But we was up north and a party with black girls up north, and they were like, "We ain't never been around that southern energy." We said, we like gravy on our chicken, mama. And then, we played a little John and shit. Then they was tripping with us. Ain't never been, ain't been around nobody that talk slow and mean well. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
And
Right.
that was just a different experience for them. And so again, that's what we bringing back is barbecue music, still respect, a man raised by a woman, kind of peeing. Um, so like I say, it's just great to be back in the lane. Did movies last year and the year
Yep.
before during the COVID. So
Yep.
and now I'm selling insurance. I sell life insurance. I'm tired of young black men dying and then have to do a GoFundMe page when you could do 350 out of your federal and get a $20,000 funeral with me at working class. So being a parent and seeing some tragic moments, you kind of want to be the next leg up. And why did God show me this? And why wasn't it me? So now, and so preparing going forward, not just music, just life
Right.
of a 40-year-old. Music got responsibility now. We won't party
And
early.
that's after 40, people don't realize you have to really start taking accountability. I think it was like at 30s, in my 30s, I realized that it was I was who I was. I had my path had already been kind of somewhat written in regards to who I was as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I have to take accountability for it. And if I want to correct my actions, if I want to do the right thing and do the most positive things in life, live a most righteous life at the end of my life, I guess at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I think we all get some, I mean, some evolve and some don't. I find there's so many of our peers and people in our generation that just haven't evolved. And it sucks because I see it even in older generations. You know what I mean?
The
People who were growing,
movers and shakers. Yeah,
yeah. And
yeah.
it's like it's scary because it's like, listen, we gotta grow. We gotta understand that we're not always right. We're not always. Nobody's given a book on how to be the perfect person. Is what I always say. So we're all here, making mistakes, and it's the people who try to correct them. Those are the most justifiable to me. You know what I mean? If you're actively trying to correct your mistakes and make yourself a better person, it's a practice. It's an
Peaceful
exercise.
journey. Yeah, you reap what you sow. And
Hmm.
at the end of most days, you just want everybody to be peaceful and to
Right.
have what they need. So
Right.
when you talk to someone or you exist around someone, you need to have that in mind. Like at the end of the day, I think we all just want to feed somebody, be
Hmm.
loved, get in the car that start, maybe eat what we want 3 times a week. Um, maybe get your feet pedicured once a month.
Right.
Twice if you a big dog.
Your wants get less the older you get, I guess, in your needs.
Yeah, pay for sounds better than new to me. You know what I mean? At my age, she got a new car. I pour my beer out. Me and you know what kind of hustling this damn fool got to do over a new car. What are you talking about? Pay for sounds better than new to me.
For
Yeah.
real.
Where do you get our age? Oh, bless his heart. I ain't got to go see no fireworks. I set this one out. I'll race you. Ooh, you beat me. Um, but again, I can be rich on all platforms at Big V at gmail.com. I'm on IG. I dropped a new single, I Don't Get Mad, I Get Money.
I got a clip from that. We're gonna play that at the end of our interview, actually.
What? I
Yeah.
appreciate it. But want to come to your neighborhood and do a day party, man.
Yes.
I want to
I would
smoke
love
with
that.
everybody. Yeah,
I
early.
would listen. I smoke the best. Trust me.
What? We want to see. We'll smoke. And I hope
I'm
you
gonna
got
show you a good time. You come to New England, I'm gonna show you a good time.
what? I'm gonna.
They call me the Queen of New England. You know why? Because I can get you whatever you want in all 6 states.
The thing is, we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna bring some of my smoke friends from the south.
Yes.
And we do a daytime set. I want to come through
Yes.
with a. You say a Key Sweat vibe. One of
Yes.
my favorite albums was Tweet, Southern Hummingbird. And you talk about Beantown. That's home of Bobby Brown. We gotta
Exactly.
do something grown
I'm
sexy.
trying to do. I'm actually trying to do an R&B festival this summer. So I've been actually working on that and doing like a tents and coolers cookout
Yeah,
R&B fest. So
you gotta put us on that, break a few records.
I want to put you on that definitely.
Bring Big Bird White down there, baby.
Oh yeah,
Ah,
I would love it. I would
you
love.
eating ribs and shrimp, girl.
I would
Yeah.
love it. I would love it. You're such a vibe. You're such a vibe. And it's so crazy because it's like you said, like it's that southern twang, that southern hospitality. Like
You know?
I think southern men have a different vibe altogether from northern men. You know what I mean?
So,
Like it's definitely different. And people always say that when you travel in places like that. Like they're like, there's black people in Boston. I'm like,
yeah.
wow, you ain't never been nowhere.
Wow. We kicked it
You
in.
know, like
It's just a
what?
little militant. Well, we like to play Uno, spades,
Right?
eat fried fish,
Exactly.
drink a red stripe. We with the shit. And that's why I say we're going to hang out.
Yes,
Um,
love it.
definitely a summertime
But you
adventure.
got to tell us about working, about your life insurance. I want to know, like, what are the requirements for that?
We don't want you. You're dead, man. You own the dialysis and shit. I ain't doing that. But
How do people get in contact with you regarding that?
we're working class. Uh, life insurance. Follow me. You can see all my trails, and it's really some plans on there. Created for you and your family, perhaps your church family.
Hmm.
Really trying to let you know that the place you have for yourself in afterlife, the funeral can be handled like this. It won't be. We got to run this to the hospital now. Your wishes, and we will respect that. And I
Hmm.
come from working class where every dollar got to count, boy. You know what I mean.
Right,
But you
right,
don't want to be in the middle of your life and we got to bury little Terry who got 20 grand. Then
right,
we got to then it. You know what I mean.
right.
Instead of $300, 350 right here out of your federal, and then the
Hmm.
whole house covered. Till
Hmm.
next time you get your federal and you won't even feel it. So
Right.
I'm trying to make it make sense for my people. All
Hmm.
my life been poor. You
Hmm.
know, you know,
Hmm.
we grew up on bacon and egg sandwich and a pack of taters over there. She fed everybody for $20.
But
Yeah.
and that's the one thing they tell you is that life insurance is generational wealth. A lot of generational wealth has been built on life insurance policies. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if the people know what they're doing and how to manage the life insurance properly, you know what I mean? Like that's important. Like, and I think that a lot of our people are not taught that. You know what I mean? Like it's talked about, but it's not actually shown how to go about doing it. And I
Yeah.
think that's important. Like my grandmother, my nana, the one thing she paid is her life insurance. The one thing
Yeah.
serious about is that life insurance. You gotta
Yeah.
have that plot. They already got their plots
Yeah.
already ready. They know where they're gonna be laid at. And it's like to me, for me to see that early in life, like that I had to accept death even early in life, it's important to understand we all gotta go one day.
It's
You
the
know?
part of
And
the process of living, and you don't want to leave your loved ones hurt.
no,
At all. And then, okay, the funeral's paid for this side of the way. Little Terry and them can't handle this shit. You don't want to leave that on nobody's mind.
no, no,
Kiki got all them kids. You know what I'm saying? And they want chicken fillet at the funeral now. You can't, they don't
right,
want bad chicken no more. They getting
right.
smart when you got chicken with the bone. They want tenders and funny honey mustard and, all that old good business. You know how it is. Two rows back, they don't cry at the funeral.
Right.
So,
So tell us what's the movies that you were in recently? Because I know you said there were two, right?
I'm on The Business of Christmas Part 2. That's on BET Plus. The
Ah,
Tears of a Black Sun, shot on Geechee Productions. Black and Blue Tears. And I'm thinking the network on it on Tubi. It'll be
Tubi.
on
I
Tubi.
love Tubi.
Yeah, got a few things we doing, and now we got a few cameras, so working class. We're going to shoot more flicks. Just now, actually, going to do the casting for the characters of my new movie, starring in the dispensary. Since I own a dispensary, I got to show you the business affairs.
Right.
Really
I
can go.
didn't see any videos of the dispensary on your thing. I did see time lapse. Is that your studio?
Yes, I mean
Okay.
we work. Yeah, man, that's what we do. We from the shelves to that, and
Yeah.
just the life of it of when you're dealing with the mental health of black men and people who want to get high, and this or that, you may be in for more than you bargaining for,
Mhm.
and it's an adventure and
Mhm.
it's a connection. If people can trust you without weighing it and smell it and go to grinning. And I'm a sativa guy. I'm a indica girl, nigga. I don't. So you got to learn your people,
Right.
and
Definitely.
so everything in the dispensary. So we doing that, shooting movies, like I said, writing scripts, sync licensing, writing for other artists as well, and just opening up the boards and
Mhm.
doing what God would have us do, help one another. And we
Yep.
representing working class. My dad was a garbage man, and my mom twisted tobacco. Education wasn't first in my home, but your
Mhm.
manners, and you go to work early and stay late, and
That's right.
you'll learn by
Mhm.
repetition. And
Mhm.
being a good person and serving the Lord, and He'll divine intervention. He'll put you where you're supposed to be,
That's
and,
right.
and your turn will come.
Mhm.
So having the patience of a fisherman, again, so much you can in go in Kentucky because we receivers of all four seasons. It snows here, it rains, tornado, floods. So
Mhm.
you get to realize the weather you don't need or don't want or want more of. So
Mhm.
Kentucky, we got a great outdoor scene, and we repping that.
Mhm.
And it's Tuesday, and I know you got to go. What you done cooked on the Wednesday? I know you look like your bread about to burn. You ready to go? You got a pan of jiffy in there, don't
No,
you?
no, I have so many questions for you, but we definitely want to, I know you're a busy guy, and I noticed too, I wanted to shout out your producer because I love the beats. The
Mhm.
producer that you've been, do you work with him all the time? King on the beats? Is
King of
that,
the Beats. That's little young Bow Bow. He the- he
yeah,
he
shout
the
out to
next
him.
Mars Day and Jerome. Hear me? And he really tight. He got a young boy, man. I can tell somebody babysit him early and showed him some shit too, though. You know, he's special. So, boy, you ain't supposed to know that shit. You know, you playing Sade. So,
Now, tell
go
me how
ahead.
important that is in regards to music. That's the one thing I want to ask you in regards to music and working with producers. How important is it to vibe with your producer?
We gotta click. I gotta know where your table is. If you only as good as what you seen.
Mhm.
So, like for me, I listen to Fleetwood Mac. I listen to Mumford and Sons. I'm as old as Janis Joplin, Jim Croce. My Tupac and Biggie was Michael Jackson and Prince, and
Mhm.
Marvin Gaye, and my auntie was Kiki. She liked Donna Summer. My granddad, they listen to country music outside, and and just a whole lot of things to make who you are.
Right.
And so I tell every producer, if all you is in the box, we can pick you up.
Mhm.
But if you got to be as wide as the Mississippi, come around the rocks and make white water, we'll look. You know, so I love great minds,
That's right.
um, and people who's really not one track minded. Because to be a producer, you got to be more like a football player. It's all about the next play. I know that one was good, but what you got?
Right. Got to keep feeding.
Yeah, can you hit the next jumper? And if not, then you ain't in the league.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's very
So,
true.
so that's the biggest thing I think about music and people's big misconception of hip hop. Just
Mhm.
because it's not rap doesn't mean it's not an expression. when you're a black man, you
That's
know?
right. That's
Like
right.
CeeLo made I'm a Freak, as well as Does That Make Me Crazy? And still, who's that peeking in my window? Pow! You know, nobody. He's a great artist all around.
Right.
So definitely love the limitless view of music and where it can go. From my pen, I went to Iraq, Kuwait, Baghdad, and I'm from a small town in Kentucky. 8 high schools and a bunch of low income housing, but God had His way and wanted me to do my thing. So there you go.
Right. I love it. I love it. It's
Um,
definitely inspiration, like to
um,
see how far you come in this game, and just staying so humble and so gracious in
you
regards to what you're doing in life right now. And I just think
taking
you're a
none of
force.
it with you. You
Huh?
taking none of it. You taking nothing you got with you. Somebody's gonna
Nothing.
go through your phone. They're gonna go through
That's
your
right.
funny drawer. Somebody gonna read it out. You know? Yeah,
You
you know.
right.
I swear
You
to you,
right.
who you cried and shout over was born in a manger. They had to go tell the king, get out of here. You got to see this cat. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So once you
Right.
go read that Bible and put yourself in it, knowledge it has no bound once you let your mind go.
That's right. Education is
Pleasure.
key. It's
Yeah,
power.
for sharing your
You know.
platform with me tonight. And I ain't
Yes,
getting up
it's
and
love
smile
having
this boom down. You gonna need us
I
some.
loved having you. I loved having you.
I'll put on my
Huh?
bomber before the summer now. I'm gonna come out there and check you out.
Okay, you better.
All right, now I'm
I'll
gonna
make
sit
sure
down.
I have you in the house. I'll make sure I'll have you in your house by 9 o'clock. I promise.
Day party.
You
Take care.
too.
Uh,
I scream this to you, and I say to the world, nappy then, nappy now, nappy for a bit, knee deep, head over heels in this country.
Been cold, but it really don't matter no more. And they wonder why we act this way. Nappy boys gon' be okay.
I've been here all my life.
Everybody gets to know everybody.
Down home, good old fashioned people. It's country. I like it. Nothing better than that, man.
I just love Kentucky.
Been cold, no more. And they wonder why we act this way. Nappy boys gon' be okay.
Even though I picture
With it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it, I'm with it. Let's get 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 it. I'm with it, 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 I'm with it. Let's get 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 it. I'm in your city by the ton of man. Just give me the crown, man. Say, baby, you put in work, now hold it down, man. Don't my I say no top, then get from round, man. Some chasing checks, so I be in and out of town, man. Boy, you in the ground, I'm underground.
Cause I'm getting money every single day. I'm chasing after cash flow.
Look at you, now look at me. Look at you, now look at me.
Say ain't name in my blood. I get it out the mud, so I ain't up with my middle fingers up.
Look at you, now look at me. Look at you, now look at me. I come through, it's daps and hugs. You come through, they show no love. You hate on us, but we don't give a fuck. Your face tight when the song come on in the club. That chick you like, she like me. You be kicking for, she don't excite me. You lay her down, I want her standing up. You take her out on dates, I stand up.
82850 shit. Talk. I told that nigga.
Just has
Yeah, I want you to keep grinding. Put that pain in the music.
I'm just a real nigga. I can't hate niggas faking. No niggas fraud. This shit is a facade. Can't hate niggas faking. No niggas fraud. This shit is a facade. I'm just a real nigga. I can't hate niggas faking. No niggas fraud. This shit is a facade.
Don't let social media fool you, it's all bad. Out here crashing over like just fall back. In real life, about to get evicted. A hard deal, find out all the clout in the world. Don't pay the bills, looking happy when you post too. Portray the image, just the ones that you close to. For niggas that don't know you. Niggas think when somebody keep it a thou while they trying to expose you. My cousin told me fuck life. She about to end it, wouldn't answer when I kept calling. Thought she was finished and she visualized the banging off. Saw her body fall. What about your baby's mama stand tall? Depression run deep. Check on your people time to time. A simple how you been. I say your love once is dying. My dog.
Friends gon' go. Friends gon' go. Be the last one to sleep. And the first down into a wall. Just start barking. And if they ain't ready, just start marching. Gotta get to the top. Don't be sidetracked. Keep your mind on your money. Don't look back. Gonna be a lot of people that say you don't deserve it. Hit the ground beneath you and just outwork them. And now the heart is pumping. The reward is coming. All of this from nothing. Keep the hits coming. Yeah. I don't get mad. I just get money. I don't get mad. I just get money. I don't get mad. I just get money. I just get money. I just get money. I don't get mad. I just get money. I don't get mad. I just get money. I don't get mad. I just get money. I just get money. I just get money. Now they ready to do it. Now they see the vision. Magazine and ready. Internet and television. Clearly, I'm in my own competition. Overdose is a must. If it come to these lyrics, unbearable pain. Never dampen my spirit. Screech without my know-how. Just for you to hear it. Nightclubs, house parties. Hit it. I just get money.
You gotta understand that this is about marketing. Like, this whole thing is about marketing. It's about your image. It's about your story. You gotta be appealing to people. A lot of artists just have MySpace and just have, you know, a couple songs and don't have a website, don't have marketing.